This is the Night Owls Disc Golf Podcast. I'm Shane.
And I'm JP.
And Olympics are over.
They are.
For a while.
For a while.
But guess what's coming?
What's coming?
PDGA World Championships.
That they are.
That's better than Olympics.
Yeah.
Better than the Olympics.
Better.
Definitely better than the Australian breakdancer.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. It was really funny is I saw a GIF or video the other day of it was her on laying down, but it was a guy's windshield wiper, and her legs were going as the wiper.
Yeah.
It's like, oh wow.
They keep coming. I don't know if we talked about this last episode, but they just keep coming in. One of my best ones is Ozman Reviews. You know, that guy that does all the voiceovers for videos.
Okay.
And he's Australian.
Yeah.
And he does an apology video, a satirical apology video on behalf of Australians. Because like, I guess the government's protecting her. Like, everybody's, like, going to bat for her from Australia. So that's really funny that that's the case.
Yeah.
And the other one that I saw was what follows my 4-year-old going, look what I can do. And it shows her breakdance. I was like,
oh, man.
That was a great one. I was just dying laughing when I saw that one. One of my early morning. Actually, it was this morning I saw it. I was up at 4:15 sitting on the toilet because I had to go somewhere. But my routine is like get up, poop, shower, then do all that.
Sure.
Just so you guys know, we're getting real intimate here.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there just doing the doom scroll while I was on the toilet. And sure enough, that came and I was laughing. And Sandy's like, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, it is. It definitely is.
So. That's funny.
Yeah, so quick recap. We are going to work quick show update, show preview. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Preview.
Yeah, show preview. We'll do a little world's prediction. We'll talk a disc. Not just any disc, but the worst disc you have ever thrown.
Oh, okay.
We'll talk Kohler Dolan. We're going to talk LSD coming out with another real dinger and getting in the media again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Times 2.
Yep.
And then I'm sure there'll be some other stuff that we'll talk about. I don't know what else, but I'm sure there'll be some stuff.
Right on.
Like police getting called. So everything is exciting. Worlds is coming. The skins matches are up. They're going well. All the fun little accoutrement that comes with Worlds, like the doubles and the putting and all that stuff is going on.
Indeed.
If not finished.
Finished, yes. I think all the extra events like, long drive putting, skill shot, and doubles are all finished.
Yep. And this is coming out a day late because I was straddling a toilet last night. But not in the way you would think. We've talked about poop and toilet a lot already.
Yeah.
So I got a call right about 10 minutes till the time we record, 15
Probably
minutes
something
maybe.
like that.
That someone's toilet wasn't working at the motel. So I had to go fix the toilet. And it was just I had to MacGyver it minus the bubble gum. It was crazy. And we always have replacement toilet handles, so a toilet handle broke.
Yeah.
So we always have replacement toilet handles. Somehow we didn't have any replacement toilet handles. We had this universal one that was not so universal because you work on ours. So I had a float chain or a flapper chain. I had paper clips.
Oh wow!
I got it all working just well enough. And then this morning I had a meeting at 6:30 at Green Bay a.m. So that's why I was up so early this morning. And then I picked up a new handle and got it all installed. So that's why I missed it last night. I was hugging a toilet. And it took me 35 minutes to get this thing fixed because I was running back and forth from here to there trying to find pieces and parts to put it back together.
Jeez.
Yeah. So finally got it back together.
Boy, that sounds fun.
It was so exciting. There was a sense of accomplishment when I was finished. I was like, yeah, I did it.
Yeah. No,
But that was, that was that.
Cool.
So that was my night. So that's why we're recording late.
Yeah.
So, what about you? How was your day yesterday?
It was good. Went to a baseball game.
Very nice.
And hung out at home. The kids are on a camping trip, which is nice. So we were kind of home alone for the night, but
Is it all the kids?
yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's kind of fun. I miss him. I got to see him. I saw him today. Dempsey had soccer practice, and I coach him. So saw him, and the girl showed up and just kind of gave me a hug and everything. And I was like, all right, cool. Well, we'll see you guys in a couple days. So
now go back to
yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they do it every year before school starts and just kind of get out of the way. And yeah, good times.
Well, that's exciting. That's awesome. Do you guys even know what to do with yourselves, you and your wife?
Well, Alyssa just started coaching, or not. Well, yeah. Today was the first day of volleyball practice, so she has to get up early to go at 7:00 in the morning to start volleyball, and they do it now before school starts, and then once school starts, it'll be later in the evening and stuff. But to get it out of the way, so yeah. I mean, last night, like. Crazy. She had to go take care of my mother-in-law's dogs because that's who's taking the kids camping.
Sure.
And she's got 2 big Newfoundlands. They're like 200 pounds.
Yeah.
They're like bears. And she was having trouble getting them in the house. And she's like, I should be in bed. I shouldn't be doing this. Long story short, she got home really late because she had to switch places and watch the kids, even though they were sleeping and stuff. And
so that
it was
your mother-in-law could come and
get the dogs inside and because one of them was really good, the other one wasn't, and
And what can you do with a 200-pound dog?
Oh yeah,
Nothing.
It wouldn't move. It literally just sat. There's a mudroom, garage, and then the pen where they go do their business. So one of the dogs came actually back into the house, and then the other one would just lay in the garage and try to coax it with food, but it wouldn't go anywhere. So she's like, okay, I have to go get my mom. So,
yeah. Newfies are kind of stubborn dogs. Well, they can be.
They can be.
I don't even know if it's stubborn. I think it's more lazy than
Yeah.
stubborn. They're just nah. I just
lethargic.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good. So you get to really spend quality time together then, and
Sleep.
yeah, sleep. Isn't that funny? The choices you make when you're older.
And it's funny too because the kids aren't in the house, so it's wait, we can watch what we want to watch. We can do
You get this TV. I got that TV.
Yeah, we're fine. It works out.
That's really funny.
I don't have to watch Fortnite for 5 hours a day. Yeah. Awesome.
It's funny how when you're first married and most of those interactions, you get time alone, and when you're younger, it's all about other things, When you get older, it's not about that anymore. It's about can I go take a shower? Just nobody bother me.
Right.
Nobody yell mom through the door, or dad through the door. Is it okay if I just go poop and not have fingers coming underneath the door? Poop again. I did it 3rd time.
Yep.
I'll get a couple more in there.
All
Don't
right.
worry.
I wonder what the porta potties are like at the Worlds.
It's true. The porta potty situation was drama a couple of years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't that when Nate Heinold came creeping out of the porta shop?
Yes, that's right. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. That was kind of that creeper thing. All of a sudden we're wait, that was...
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's start with the fun thing. When I say worst disc ever, what was this disc that everybody hyped up, said it was the game-changing disc, you got to throw this disc. It was getting so much hype, and then when you threw it, it was absolute hot trash.
Game-changing that everybody was hyping up.
You would have rather owned a box full of farts.
Oh, man.
Than throw this disc.
Nobody hyped it but the Groove.
That's just disc golf industry-wise.
Oh, it is.
That is the box full of farts. Underneath the farts is your Groove.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think, I know everybody talks up the EMAC, but I'm not a big EMAC.
You're not an EMAC guy?
Yeah.
Sadly, I am. No, not sadly. I am an EMAC guy.
It's a fine disc.
I feel like the Truth is a better disc than the EMAC, though.
Okay. You know what? Another disc that sadly a lot of people, MD3.
Yes.
I'm not a fan of the MD3.
Yeah.
I think there's better mid ranges than the MD3. The only MD3 I like throwing was the Iron Samurai 3 and 4. Mm-hmm. Those to me, and probably a Crowned Eagle.
This Iron Samurai 3 was beefcake.
Well, it's interesting too because they had the pink and the blue run.
Yes.
And then one was slightly domier, the other one was flat, but it had the little TP almost
yes.
on it.
Yeah.
And so that yeah, the runs were different. But it was decent.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good utility, like throw it hard, let it finish.
Sure,
Disc.
yeah.
At least the one that I had.
Okay.
I don't remember what color. Maybe it was blue, I think.
I don't know. I have a blue one, and I thought it was seemed more torque resistant.
Yeah, for sure.
When I was throwing it compared to other MD3s, because like I had a really nice Innova-made C-line one for a while, but at the time I was throwing the EMAC too, and I just preferred throwing the EMAC, and I was like, oh, this isn't feeling as like stable. And then I started throwing the Buzz, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna stick with the Buzz.
Yeah. I am gonna say is the Buzz.
Yeah.
It was hot garbage for me. I tried. I don't know if you remember when I tried, because Discraft, like, I don't remember what it was, but Discraft did something really cool. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to start giving Discraft a try.
Yeah.
Because,
The Buzz was actually the first Discraft, like the Macbeth 4-time Buzzes were the first Discraft disc I ever bought.
oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I had one of those still. I know I had them. I had some Nate Doss. I had like TI Buzzes and a drone. And I had the Macbeth one 4-time. It wasn't a 4-time. It was just a 1-time.
When I bought it, it was 4-time.
Oh, the Macbeth Buzz.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah.
I thought you said McCabe Buzz.
No. Macbeth Buzz. No.
I was like, no, that was just the 2010.
yeah, right.
No, I have. I should just bring them into the shop and put them in like a steel case.
Yeah.
Because I have 2 of each of them, and one of the Buzzes is the black and silver Buzz with, I think it's a silver and gold stamp, because it's the 2-tone stamp.
Well, cool.
I have that, and then I have. Oh, I hung it up over there. It's like, and then I have the Lunas.
Yeah.
Then I have 2 first run, like those rubber blend Lunas. But yeah, I have the whole sets. I have 2 of them.
Nice.
Each of them.
Yeah.
Those are good discs, and it almost makes me cringe sometimes when I see people throwing them, because at one point they went for some big money, like big money. I don't think that market's up there anymore. I mean, I think they're still probably $150, $200.
Sure.
But there were points where, like, some of them were going for like $1,200.
That's crazy. Yeah.
It's just nuts. Just nuts. All right. I think the Buzz is one of those discs for me. Everybody talks about how great the Buzz is, And another one is the Hex. Those 2 mids. And I love mids.
Yeah.
Love mids. But the Hex and the Buzz were both, and they're very similar discs. Were both ones that I can't get on that bandwagon. I tried the Buzz OS, and the Buzz SS. I had them all 3 in my bag at one point. And none of them jived with me. Like, I threw the Truth and the EMAC Truth. My understable, overstable, and then the Comet.
Yeah.
And that's kind of been my jam for a while. And even the EMAC now that I've been playing a little more regularly, I can't get the feel for it again. Like, so I'm missing that straight to stable mid.
Yeah.
I don't have that in my bag right now that I'm comfortable with.
That's the Reactor for me.
Reactor. Okay, I haven't tried
MVP,
that yet.
Yeah.
That might be a good one. Everybody keeps even telling me to go back to the Hex, and it's a nice shallow disc. Like, I can forehand it.
I think that's the problem for me with the Hexes. It's a little too shallow.
Too shallow? Okay.
Yeah. But I like I've got a Proton one that I really like. The only problem is it's dark, so it's like hard to find if I lose it. But I like it. It just doesn't. It's not something I'm going to throw in the bag.
Right.
Even though it's a good disc.
Yeah. All right, another one. This was and I was on the hype train a little bit, but I think it was more just because we wanted to sell them, was the Berg.
Okay.
The Berg for a while was the disc.
Yeah.
And a point and shoot. It'll do anything you want. And I think it's hot garbage too.
Okay.
Yeah. If there was like a box of farts, would be, the Groove. This is like a little envelope of farts. It's not as bad.
Speaking of the
Box of
Berg,
farts?
no, Streamline just had a disc approved, and I think I saw it on the PDGA website, and then somebody else was saying like, oh, it's gonna be like the Berg for, like, MVP, whatever. I was like, oh, okay.
There is something to that utility of throwing a disc as hard as you can. It's only going to go so far.
Yeah.
I think that's the only beauty of the Berg is throwing it as hard as you can, and you're not really ever going to outthrow a hole. I mean, if you're within
Yeah.
200 feet, you're
Yeah.
never going to throw it too far. I mean, I know there's some people that can throw it, but it's just like when it stops spinning, it just dies.
Yeah.
Unlike the glitch and the parachute and the pitch, those things just glide for days.
Yeah.
But that thing is like, there is a utility to it, but it is hot garbage to me. The rat was also another one. People
the rat.
really hyped up the rat. I thought it was garbage too. I couldn't get the hang of it.
Maybe like, I don't know, for me, I'm not a big fan of the glitch, but I threw the Spore by Discmania, same type of disc, like a lid type disc. I found it to be a little more torque resistant
Okay. Yeah.
and just felt a little better.
Right. And that's what the parachute is. It's supposed to be very similar to the Spore.
Okay.
Because a parachute is a more stable glitch, basically.
Yeah. But I do have the, what is it? Shoot, I can't think. Moonshine. Or not Moonshine.
The glow or whatever.
Yeah, the
Cosmic.
Yeah. The glow glitch. So I should try that out because I think it's closer to max weight.
Yeah, yeah. And the pitch, what's this, the Axiom? No, the pitch is the Streamline. No, Axiom. What is it?
I lose track of all.
I don't
so
remember
much.
whichever one it is, but the pitch I throw, and the pitch is, so it kind of goes glitch, like stability. Least stable is glitch, pitch, and then parachute.
Okay. I think the parachute is the Streamline.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know how it goes, but
Yeah.
whatever it is. But I have the glow one for that, whatever they call it, glow cosmic or whatever it is for MVP.
It's not cosmic, but I'm having a brain fart.
You know, I bet you Matt is screaming into the
Yeah.
radio right now. Sorry, Matt. But I like the pitch. I mean, I like the glitch and the pitch and the. They're all really good discs. So those are kind of mine. So I know I hate to say it, and it's year after year after year after year after year. It's probably one of the most popular discs there are. Buzzes. I just can't throw them. Like they don't jive with me. And this is the first time I've said this out loud. The EMAC is starting not to jive either. I don't know if it's just simply I'm not good anymore.
Or just maybe not throwing mid ranges as much.
Right.
So it's like the feel of it or whatever is just off, and you're just not getting whatever it is that you usually do.
And that's it, because I think I picked up so many discs that are fairway drivers or drivers recently that I just want to throw a lot. Mm-hmm. And I'm just not throwing. I'm making those work on some holes, like the terrain. What's the one that we just got?
Trail.
Yeah, the trail. God, why can't I remember it?
I feel like there is a disc. Wow, I'm kind of wondering if there's a disc called the Terrain.
There is. It's is it MVP?
I feel like it should be.
That was one of Conrad's discs, wasn't it? The Terrain?
Maybe.
I don't know. Who knows? And then
So many discs out there.
the Gorgon just came out too.
Mm-hmm.
The Innovel Gorgon.
Yeah.
We have those in the shop, and they feel fantastic.
Okay.
I'm excited to try those.
I kind of want to try one.
Yeah, I do too. I don't know how many we have. I think I got 10 of each. I don't remember. But yeah, so I'm excited to try that one. So hopefully that's not hot garbage as well. Yeah. And then you just said that the Extraterrestrial 2 was approved?
Extraterrestrial 1.
The 2 was the one that they just put out.
The 2 is the one that they just put out. So there's I don't know why they went with 2 first before 1, but it just got approved.
Okay.
Yeah. Wait, is today the 19th? It got approved today. Yeah. Same looking disc, like Arobi Epic-ish.
Okay.
You know, what was it called? Variable width rim.
Yeah.
That's what
Yep,
yeah.
yep.
So it's interesting. I don't know if it's, I'm just kind of looking at it. I don't know if it's beaded or not. Is that possible? Like, I'm just kind of looking at the PDGA website and like looking at the
Could be.
rim. Like, I was like, why would?
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
having
that's the
I'm having a
difference
hard time.
between the two of them.
That could be, yeah.
But why would you beat
I don't know.
the Scorch is beaded. Trying to think, there's a couple disc golf drivers that are beaded.
Yeah.
They're a bit weird.
Yeah.
And also, being approved, finish line, approved the chicane and the sector today. And the Daytona interval, torque, rally, pace, Supra, and Era are all out. But yeah, today the chicane and the sector. So the chicane looks like a mid, and it looks like kind of a zonish mid. And then the sector looks a little more like I'm not sure. I'm trying to look at the profile of the sector. Sector looks a bit more like an understable mid.
Yeah, that's kind of what it looks like from the profile.
Yeah.
Slight dome to it.
Yeah, slight dome. Chicane is flat, kind of zony. So I'm excited. I like the Supra. Supra was a good mid. I had the first run Supra. From what I understand, they've redesigned it since then.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I just had that launch edition.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Supra, or not Supra.
Era.
Yeah, Era.
Yeah. The Arrow is a good disc too. I threw the heck out of that for a long time. It was a really good disc. Never thrown the pace, rally, torque, interval, or Daytona. No, I threw the Daytona once. But the chicane and the sector, I think it'd be great to grab some of those. But yeah, so good for him. And then they're coming out with some new plastics for the Era, which is great.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So, all right, let's get into Cole Riddlein. No, let's talk about Chandler Kramer because that happened more recently.
Yeah.
Or less recent.
Yeah.
So Chandler Kramer found himself without a van unexpectedly, and I think that's the biggest bummer.
Right.
So Lone Star Disc, and this is all over, so this is no new news, but we're going to go a little bit deeper into this because for those of you who don't know, Bobby and Bobby Cool Daddy Slick Breeze, on Bobby's podcast while we were on break, I did, 3 or 4 podcasts with him.
Yeah.
And one of them was I got a hold of Josh Hofstra after he left and said, hey, we got a microphone for you. And he was like, this would be awesome. So he came on and he kind of spilled the beans a bit. There is stuff he said off mic that he didn't want to say on mic.
Okay.
And there is some stuff that he said on mic that I was actually surprised he said on mic. But essentially, he said there is a big dysfunctional group of juveniles
Yeah.
that aren't really focused on people. They're more about money
Sure.
and don't really understand how to take care of their employees.
Okay.
So that was kind of the gist of what he got from that he got while his time was there.
Sure.
He says that the people around them only matter if they're contributing or giving, and they would kind of move away real quickly if there wasn't any sort of give to them. So Chandler Kramer sounds like he got on the back end of that Lone Star Disc cited basically, you're not living up to obligations that you have in our contract, so we need your van back immediately.
Right.
So I guess they left him stranded at what tournament was LWS, right? Idlewild?
Yeah. I believe that's what it was.
So they basically came and got the van at Idlewild and
Well, no, that's not what happened.
okay.
Okay, so I think what happened is they asked him for the van.
Uh-huh.
And they're like, hey, can you drive it back? He declined. He's
Okay.
like, you guys are dropping me. I'm not bringing the van back. So he got a ride to his parents' place.
Uh-huh.
I think it's... Oh, no. And then Lone Star contacted Robert Burge,
Okay.
and he ended up, because he was no longer driving the van. He's riding with Emily Weatherman.
Yeah.
So they contacted Robert, and they asked him to bring it back to Lone Star. And I think he, along the way, might have dropped Chandler off. Like, Chandler wasn't going to do it, so I think that's how it went.
Okay.
But, yeah, so, Lone Star, like you said, they said that Chandler was no longer, up doing social media obligations, interacting with non-pro team members, in their group or chats and all that stuff. Not promoting discs as much as like other companies that he's representing. So now I think is only with, I think he might have, well, he was kind of representing Drop Ship, Josh's thing, and like Meridian Discs.
Yep.
And I forgot who else he's. Oh no, AGL. He's sponsored by, and I think there's one other company, and I forgot who it is. But yeah, I don't even know if he's really representing. Like I don't see him pushing discs or like talking up discs much, or he's on social media like doing stuff, but it's not really repping any brands per se.
Right. Yep.
So
he's just living his life.
Yeah, right. Like he's just throwing. He's like, oh, I changed my hair color, got this going. And so even in the beginning of the season, he wasn't going to be on Team Lone Star. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, you can't be. And he was going to still ride with Robert.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, if you're not on the team, you can't do that. So they're like, well, I guess I'll sign back on with you guys or whatever. Yeah. So things were kind of weird in the beginning there.
And what a weird thing. And I'm going to pick on Lone Star. What a weird thing. Like, you can't travel together because you're not on the same team.
Yeah.
Really?
I know.
Like, is there really something there? Now, I'll try to remove myself from bias and say, why would that happen? Well, maybe there's certain insurance and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so
that could be.
Something happens, but then it's a case of it's just a passenger. Just he can't drive.
Yeah.
Like Burge can't drive. So Kramer, you got to drive. Or the other way around. Kramer can't drive. Burge, you got to drive.
Yeah.
Like, those are easily solvable stuff.
Sure. Absolutely.
Or, hey, show me insurance that you have covered that will cover my vehicle. And then, sure, you can drive all you want. Like, it doesn't matter. That just seems like a weird thing.
Yeah.
Seems like a weird thing. Especially promoting family. Oh, family, part of the family, part of the family.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they do stuff like that. Nico Castro still with LSD? With Lone Star?
As far as I know.
Okay. Because I haven't seen anything from his corner either.
I haven't really seen much of Nico on social media much at all.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, like, hardly anybody really from LSD. Well, and the other thing that happened too is same timeline. Leah Sin and Jenny got released from Lone Star as well, and so I think they cited the same thing where she wasn't kind of fulfilling obligations, and she talked about it on a post on Instagram. But she was like really excited to like start throwing
Something
other discs. Yeah. So
and Mason Ford gone, right?
He's on Mint discs.
He's on Mint, okay.
Yeah.
And then
Emerson Keith was with him, and he left for Innova this year. So as far as I know, it's just Robert Burge, Deanne Carey, Nico, AJ Carey. I think that's it.
Yeah. And it surprises me with Deanne and AJ because they were all about, the educational disc golf, not the educational disc golf experience. What's theirs?
I don't know.
Because they were with DD for a while and they were doing the stuff.
Oh.
They had that whole
okay. I know
schools, like it was a program.
Yeah.
And that was their big move. Why they did that was because Lone Star was going to support a lot of that, and then they saw the writing on the wall with, DD. But you even think about it, just across the board, where are you seeing big manufacturer support for anybody anymore? Like even Eric McCabe. Remember we brought up it was a while ago, but I showed you when was the last time you saw, or was that I talked with you about it?
I don't know.
But if you look at almost all of Eric McCabe's new videos, you don't see the DD brand.
No, it's all Emporia State.
Yeah, it's all Emporia State.
Yeah.
And so,
but he's still listed on Championship Team. On DD's website.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem like there's that same reciprocation back and forth.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I haven't seen on the back end wholesale side, he was always listed as a course designer or the course guy. I don't know if that's changed. If he stepped away from that, being with Emporia State where he can't drive as much or something like that.
Maybe.
But I miss his personality, and when you talk about legacy of sport, Eric McCabe holds a place in the legacy of sport, with DD and simply just disc golf in general.
Yeah.
He is a one-time world's winner, but nevertheless, he did a lot, and one of the original disc golf answer men,
Yeah.
like that type of stuff. So yeah, it's weird to see, and I'm trying to think of some others like, but just even scrolling through media, you just don't see the big support like you used to, like where companies would really push a lot of the media that their players had, or even have them on for interviews and do all that stuff. And maybe I'm thinking of what DD used to do, but I even see like Innova, that when they go live, there's no players ever.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm trying to think if there's any company that does that.
Well, I mean, I did just see.
Discraft does a pretty good
Yeah,
job.
they MVP just like had something that where they were showing Simon and Eagle like shooting a promo for something or doing something, but it's very rare that you see companies do much. Like I think Dynamic still does a little bit because like I'll get something from like shorts on like YouTube or something where like DD's showing something, but like Latitude 64, they still do a decent amount of stuff. Like they don't always have.
Yeah, Jonathan.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like sometimes they'll bring Kristen in to like do something here and there, but very rarely do you see a lot of companies like actually promoting player things anymore.
Do you like that? I feel like there was so much more brand loyalty when companies did that.
Kind of.
I think, and to see, it's kind of a travesty to see where DD was compared to where DD is now. Like basically non-existent in the social realm of disc golf.
Right.
Just compared to what it was.
Well, yeah. I mean, you think about like, I think Anthony still works there, but like losing Danny, or McCabe, like they had the podcast. They pretty much shut down like right before like DDO 1 year, like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was, and then it just never came back.
Right.
Because I don't know if they ever really captured the magic that they had with Disc Golf Answer Man. It's like,
I don't think so.
yeah,
I don't think so.
It was kind of weird.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't think so.
Because like they tried to do something with
Oakley. No, it was
not Oakley. Oh, I can't think of his name.
Yeah, very
He's kind of a character.
oh yeah. Risley.
Risley, yeah.
Yeah.
AJ.
Risley.
Yep.
And that fell flat for me.
Yeah.
Like I ended up basically just not listening when he was on because he's one of those like nails on a chalkboard guy for me.
Yeah.
I don't discredit everything he's done for disc golf, like, and I feel like he's done a pretty good job. His dad also, there's some legacy there.
Yeah.
But as far as a personality, sometimes he was like spot on and he was good, but most of the time he was very shiny object, like
Sure.
squirrel, like
Yeah, sometimes.
I'm gonna make a joke and laugh and nobody else gets it. Like it was really weird to listen to.
It was sometimes.
Not that we're not like that or I'm not like that, but just saying I don't want to listen to myself. Yeah, so it's sad to see that. It's sad to see that. And another great personality was Tyler Brickley.
Oh, he's making a comeback.
Is he? Where?
Infinite Discs.
Yes.
Yeah, Infinite just had a video with him.
No way. So he's working for Infinite now.
I don't know if he's working for him. They're doing a collaboration of some sort. Is what I've seen. Like Eric Oakley put it out there, and I think Infinite did as well. And it showed Tyler like pulling up in a parking lot with it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but yeah,
he's awesome.
Hopefully, kind of making a comeback.
He was one that he came onto the scene kind of like quick, like because he did the voiceover for Worlds. Remember he took
Yes.
he did. It was like some accent, whatever accent it was, but it was hilarious. And that's where he took off. And then all of a sudden he got picked up by DGA.
Yeah.
And then, but he was great. I loved listening to him. And what I really loved is when he did his Tyler Brickley and Friends.
Oh yeah.
And it was him talking to himself. Did you ever know, like, it was never anybody else. That was always Tyler Brickley doing an accent.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic, some of the ways that he would talk. And he would have, like, fights with himself, and it was just awesome. But his humor is great. His humor is just fantastic. And I always thought, like, get Josh Bobby and Tyler in a room and start recording stuff.
That'd be interesting.
Dude, it would be so good.
Oh, wow.
It would be so good.
Yeah.
I would love to hear. Like, I'm trying to think what other personality would be like a magic fit for that. But I think those three would be fantastic to spin off of. Yeah, there's all kinds. Like, you get Nate Sexton in there. Like, his mind it's some weird, beautiful mind, and he is so intelligent. To get him in there with those three goon bags, and then Nate Sexton.
He's another guy. Or, like Sexton with his podcast, like that whole situation. Yeah. And now, like
a fart in the wind.
It's never going to happen again. Yeah.
Right. Another fart.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
Right.
See? Like a fart in the wind, and it's appropriate.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah, it was. So he had that little controversy. Never going anywhere.
Yeah.
Because what was that called? Something with Nate Sexton. It was so good, too.
It was.
It was so good.
Because you'd always bring a guest in. And it was him and the guy that screwed him over.
Yep. Yeah. Which it was weird because he kind of screwed him over, but kind of didn't. It was this weird, like...
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Like, misunderstanding, but Nate had already kind of taken it too far. And this guy's like, why'd you do that? And then Nate's like, you should have asked me first.
Yeah.
And then there you go.
Yeah.
And that was that. And I think Nate ended up clearing that up all in the end, but ultimately, like, he'll never.
No,
yeah.
And it sounds like I don't think he ever wants to do anything like that again.
No,
which is too bad.
It is, yeah, because it was good to listen to him. Trying to think of what other podcasts or personalities that have just like vanished out of disc golf. Because obviously the disc golf podcast.
Yeah.
Joe and Robin, right?
Yeah,
Joe.
Yeah.
And they were great. I love listening to those guys.
And they just got busy with work and whatever. And I'm just curious if someday it'll just pop up.
I know. I keep subscribed to them.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because it's been almost a year and a half since they put their last one out. But they were great. But I know that Robin was the one that had the Shedio.
Yes.
And then they moved from that space.
Yeah. And then, I think he had another kid.
And he had another kid, like the 14th kid.
Yep.
Yeah. And then I guess life happened.
Yeah.
So kind of stinks. I hope they make a triumphant comeback.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great. And then trying to think who else is out in that sphere that has just disappeared. Dixon.
On the box.
On the box. On the box. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dixon. What?
Dixon Jowers.
Jowers. Yeah. It was really good. Like
he got into like really technical stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the side of disc golf that you didn't. It was kind of like more TD era of disc golf.
Yeah.
And I liked what he was doing because he was kind of explaining the nuts and bolts of stuff of how things worked. So, because I remember one of the ones was the Nate Sexton where he like skipped out of there was an island around a basket and he skipped out of the walkway. And then he was like, everywhere has this except for this one piece. And this is where I skipped out of. Like, if that was there, remember there was that whole big thing. And he explained, like, I remember him going over that and basically calling Nate Sexton out and being like, hey, stop being a baby.
Yeah.
Like, you got a chance to walk the course. You got, So, but that was a good one. But yeah, so those, some of the ones that I kind of go through. And there was another one called Pro-Am.
I don't know if I listened to that one. I know.
They were a pretty good one. But I guess one of them had some pretty nasty mental health issues. The Am had a pretty nasty mental health issue. And he just kind of stopped. And they came back for one thing, like, hey, we'll be back, and then they never showed up again.
That's too bad.
Yeah, it is. So, but okay, well, I guess enough down memory lane. All right,
let's take a trip.
Yeah. So speaking of old men, Cole Redolin at the ripe old age of 24 is having hip issues.
If that.
Yeah, because I think he's maybe 22.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's probably around 22.
Yeah, so sadly, Cole Redolin drops out of Worlds and because of hip issues. So he's been struggling over the last couple months, and he just decided Worlds is not going to be the place that he's going to put it to the test. So he dropped out because of this pain in his hip. Give himself some time to heal. So we hope so. All right, well, speaking of Worlds and Cole Redolin, dropping out, so you'll have to take him out of your predictions now.
Okay.
Let's go into World's predictions.
Yeah.
And then we can probably start wrapping it up, I guess, after World's predictions. With that, what are your World predictions? We will start with FPO.
FPO. Well, it is hard to bet against a certain someone. Hold on, there's
Kona?
something. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to bet against her.
That's what I was thinking too.
Shoot, I was just looking at something up because I just gotta go under saved real quick. Okay, crazy stat.
Uh-huh.
Kristen, going back to round 2 of 2022, has been first every round.
Really?
Yep. First or tied for first.
Okay. In Worlds or every round?
Her last 10 rounds at Worlds.
Wow. Okay.
First or tied for first.
All right.
So, I mean, I'm going to pick her.
Pretty confident? Okay.
Pretty
Okay.
confident that she's got a good chance. She and Silver tied for second in the doubles. I don't remember what course they're playing. But yeah, I would give her a good shot. I think Missy has a good shot. Over time, because of the length of Worlds, I think Owen has a decent shot.
Right. Yep. Because 5 rounds.
Yep, 5 rounds.
Yep.
So those are my top 3.
Okay. So you're going Tatar, Gannon, Owen.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think Missy's had like a great run recently, but I feel like she's got a good shot. Yeah.
All right. I'll start at number 3. I'm going to agree with you on Owen. And the reason why I am picking Owen is because it is a tight technical course. New London is. And New London Tech. I guess you have to add the tech in there.
Right.
But it still has some teeth. Like, it has some distance to it. So I think Owen will be there. I don't think she's going to finish on top because of that. I'm going to put Tatar at 1 as well.
Yeah.
Just to get that out of the way. And my second was a hard one because I'm picking because of maybe a bit of recency bias for the most part over the last, 10 or 15 tournaments. She's been finishing really, really well in a lot of these tournaments, and I think she won her first one this year. Well, I know she won her first one this year, but I think we'll go to Holland Hanley.
Okay.
I think Hanley is going to come up there and sneak in there. I think Gannon is a great pick, though. Missy Gannon is a fantastic pick right now. Yeah, so I think those are my 3. So our third and our first are the same, but I'm going to switch Holland Hanley out for Gannon.
Right on.
So who would be your kind of dark horse, one to watch for that could sneak up there?
Just look real quick to see. I don't remember everybody. Gosh. Paige Pierce? Is that
You
a
think
dark,
so?
Is that
I don't
kind
know
of
if that's
a dark
horse though. But then again, what has she done in the past year?
Yeah.
And I know she's had her injury and stuff, but maybe does she qualify as a dark horse now?
It's tough to say.
Yeah, that is. Okay, I don't mind that. I think. I don't know. Does that qualify as a dark horse? All right, I'll let you have it. So
Okay.
I'll let you have it because I can't think of any reason not to, other than she's won quite a few of them. All right, so why in the world can't? Oh, there it goes. Okay. So I will say that my dark horse for FPO is going to be. Oh man, there's a lot. So is there Weiss, Finley? No. Because Henna's there, Amanda Hano's there.
I'm going to give you a funny stat after we talk MPO.
I would have. Tatar's back below 1,000.
Yeah, 998.
998. Yep. I am going to say Ella Hansen.
Okay.
Ella Hansen is
I
my
think
dark
that's
horse.
awesome. I think she can make a good run at Ivy Hills.
I think so too. Yeah. And there's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of people in here that you could say can come out of nowhere and kind of walk with this thing. But I think at the moment, Ella Hansen, I think, is the most logical because she's been up there. She's been doing some work. So, all right. Let's hear her. Let's hear her fun stat.
Oh, I was going to say after MPO, but.
Oh, okay. After MPO with MPO.
Yeah.
All right. Who is your world's pick for MPO?
Okay. For MPO, I'm going to pick Gannon.
Okay.
I just think he's the most consistent at this point. So playing good golf. That's easy choice for me.
Yep.
2, kind of like, it's hard not to say Ricky because he's been playing pretty decent. 3, I'm going to say Isaac Robinson, defending world champion.
Okay. All right.
Even though he's like playing so-so, I'm still going to pick him.
Yep. I'll start in 3. I'm going to start with Isaac as well. So he'll be my number 3 pick. And then I'm going to put Burr in second and Macbeth. I think Macbeth is going to go 7 times.
Wow.
It's his home course, man. Well, it was his home course.
Right. Yep.
He designed it.
He did.
So he has that going for him. And we have seen him shred that course. Currently, Brody Smith has the highest rated round ever played.
That's what I was just going to say.
On New London.
Yes. Tied with somebody.
Paul Macbeth. No, Simon Lizotte, right?
No.
Who?
Henna Blomroos.
Shut your face.
Yes. She's tied currently with Brody Smith on the main layout, not even the FPL layout.
Really?
At 58.
Jeez.
Yeah, I just looked it up. I couldn't believe it. And so when you were talking about Henna, I was like, that might be a solid choice.
Yeah.
But so that's kind of my crazy stat that I was gonna say is.
Dang.
And Paul, I think, is two strokes behind them at 60. That was his best record.
Well, and then you get Simon Lizotte, who the first time he plays it absolutely shreds New London. You know, remember when they were just opened up New London and they were doing like beat Paul Macbeth's score, and then Simon does like a 10 down the very first time he plays it or something stupid like that. I don't remember what it was, but he played a great round. So, all right, who is your dark horse? It doesn't have to be, because if we pick Paige Pierce on the last one,
how dark are we getting? No,
we can. Like some guy that maybe hasn't been doing great, but he's always a world's guy. Like, you know, I don't know if we can really say Emerson Keith anymore because I don't know if he's quite the world's whisperer after the last 2. But
right.
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
Anthony Barella.
Okay.
I think if Barella puts it together, he will absolutely annihilate this course. These courses.
Sure.
Courses.
Yeah. Huh. I am going to say, looking at somebody a little further down, somebody like Aaron Gossage can do well. Yeah.
I think this one bodes to Adam Hammis as well.
Sure.
I don't know how well he's been doing recently. I mean, he's not even been doing bad, but this is kind of getting back to Wisconsin golf, you know, kind of nice, tight wooded stuff.
Yeah.
I can't say he's really a Wisconsin disc golfer anymore because how long has it been since he's actually been up here for a long period of time?
He'll make short stints here and there, but yeah, he's pretty Arizona lately.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I like that one. And then, you know, you never count out Simon.
Yeah.
You know, like Simon's always one of those guys that are going to be pretty darn close to the top no matter what. So
I could see that. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with 7 time.
Would you be like, I was just like, I know it's his home course. It's like, what if he, I'm just curious what would be considered, like, obviously winning. But is it such a disappointment if he doesn't? Or, like, what is the...
I see what you're saying.
You know?
Yeah. Like, course designer. It was basically his home course.
Yeah.
For a long, long time. Well, not a long, long time, but probably for a year. You
Yeah,
know?
right. Before they move.
What would be his like, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, make him kind of go away for a little while.
Can't show your face in Virginia ever again. No.
Oh, I don't know.
Like if you're him and it's like you designed the course, you've played it enough. Like, what's a disappointing finish? Or
I think
what's-
anything outside of top 10 for him is disappointing.
Yeah,
like
for sure.
really disappointing.
For sure.
I think on this specific course, I think he expects to finish top 5.
Well, yeah, I would.
I mean, I think he expects first. I think most of the world is probably thinking top 5
Yeah. Okay.
for him.
Yeah.
Is what I would say. Is that realistic though? Because it is a hard course. I mean, we've seen it a ton. The foundation guys play it.
Oh
all
yeah.
the time.
Right. Yeah.
The course is hard.
It
And there was
is.
a lot of very strategically placed OB. Like, it's a hard course. And it seems like if you get off the fairways, may as well pitch out. Like, there's no getting through the rough. So, I don't know. And Paul hasn't been magic. I mean, he showed a little glimpse of it at the end of European, where it kind of McBeast mode kicked in a bit. But
He's sitting currently at 6th in the world.
yeah.
So I mean,
He's up there. I mean,
Yeah,
he could do it.
he is,
He
yeah.
could do it. And it's Worlds. He's been there. I mean, there's something to be said about winning 6. Like,
yeah. Right.
you know how to do it. You know,
Yeah.
there is a big thing to that 5 rounds, and so
Oh yeah. It's like how many people have the mental stamina to play 5 rounds?
not many.
No.
Not many. I mean, some people will luck into it. Some people, find that extra gear. But Paul knows what it is. Like, he's done it. I mean, he's won a 7 round. He's won 2 7 round.
Yeah.
So you think of it that way, that's great. Now, are they running Final 9 this year? Or are they still just 5 full rounds?
Let me go back to the event page real quick.
I was just on it too. I should have just looked at it while I was there. So I know that they were talking about thinking about it, but they said I'm on the page here, so let's see. Rounds, results, long drive putting skill, mixed doubles. Nope, I can't see it. So
No, I don't see it either.
yeah, I don't believe there is a final 9 this year. I think they've gone away from that. I think they're just doing 5 rounds.
That makes sense.
Because if I remember right, it was 6 full rounds and a final 9, which was that 7th round, 7th day. So, all right. Well, those are our picks, and that's PDGA World's predictions for us. It's starting pretty soon here. What, 2 days?
Wednesday it starts. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Sunday finishes, and we will have a new crowned MPO and FPO winner. And I'm assuming it's Tatar and
Macbeth.
I think it's Macbeth. And you're Tatar and Gannon Burr. I wouldn't be disappointed if Burr wins.
No, I wouldn't either.
Who won't?
Yeah, definitely not. Oh, and then hold on, just a sec.
Finding it out.
Oh no, I was just gonna mention. Excuse me, mixed double winners for the events and stuff. So taking down mixed doubles at Worlds for the 2nd year in a row was Owen Scoggins and Ben's favorite disc golfer, Joel Freeman.
Oh, yes, good.
And they beat out Kristen and Silver. 3rd place was, tied with them was Gannon and Missy, and then Calvin and Macy Valdez, and then Robert Burge and Emily Weatherman round out the top 5.
Great.
And man, you don't win much for winning mixed doubles.
It's not much. A couple
No.
thousand, isn't it?
Not even.
Oh, really?
$170.
Shut up.
Yeah, each player.
That's
And then
pretty
what's
awesome.
crazy is last cash is $10 each.
Really?
Yep. So 1, 2. There's 4 teams tied for 15th, and each player got $10. So I'm wondering if you would have gotten more if they didn't all split it, like or something like that.
Yeah, because they pay out the entire field basically.
right? Because there's a couple of teams that were tied for 13th, and each player got 25, and
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's interesting.
So putting championships were Owen Scoggins in FBO won, and it goes down as Cadence Burge, Candice Burge, and then Ellie Ezra, and then Erica Stitchcomb and Sarah Gilpin comes in fourth. So one, Owen wins it outright, and then tied for second is Cadence and Ellie Ezra, and then Erica and Sarah Gilpin. And then for the MPO side, so they paid out actually 21 spots. Last cash got $5. And then first place got $220.
Okay.
And then for FPO, Owen Scoggins got $120 for the win, and Sarah Gilpin and Erica Stitchcomb split $80 and had 40 each. So for the win, we got Ezra Robinson, and Scott Stokely took down second place. And then Chandler Fry and Eagle McMahon. And then from there, it goes down. But really no huge notable names like Isaac Robinson, Matt Bell.
Okay. Yeah.
Who's always a great putting champ. Yep. A previous putting champ, right?
Yep.
Multiple time.
Yeah.
And then, so you see a couple of them. Gavin Rathbum. Thomas Gilbert. Remember, we were just talking about how we haven't heard really anything of him.
Yeah.
And then, so there you go. So that is our putting competition. And there's a skills competition, if I remember rightly.
There is.
I'm interested in long drive, so
Oh, yeah.
let's go to long drive. So we'll start with FPO. Oh, there was only 5 competitors in the FPO.
Yeah.
Wow. So Heidi Lane took it down with 522 feet. And then Ella Hansen came in second at 515. So Heidi Lane took $75 home. And then Ella Hansen took $45 home. So big money things. This is Worlds.
Yeah.
Why is this underwhelming?
I don't know.
Doesn't it seem just like...
Yeah, it does.
I don't know. It's so weird to me.
I'm wondering if this was actually a DGP event, DGPT like event. If it would, they would make more.
They probably would, for sure.
They
probably would.
Yeah. I heard
that's-
Heidi Lane threw a tone salt, just like golf
is that what
line
it was?
to win it. Yeah.
Jeez, golf line at 520. That is stupid distance, too. I saw the clip of her throwing, and yes, it was a tone salt. It was kind of a golf line. It wasn't anything like 360. It was just like throw it, stood up, turned over, like held it for a while, and then finished hard. Just landed in bounds.
Well, because I noticed too, though, they were throwing and
Slightly downhill.
downhill. Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah. All right. So MPO taking $190 home at a distance of 698 feet. Anthony
That's
Varela.
stupid. It's just ridiculous.
So AB takes home $190 for throwing 698 feet. That is ridiculous. Ezra Aderhold, $691, took $130 home. Albert Tam, right behind those guys, $679, $95. And then Thomas Gilbert shows up one more time, $655 for 70. I didn't know he threw that far.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Jeez. And then so $75.
A name that I was surprised to see down was the Eagles.
Yeah, way down there. 29th, 492.
492.
Wonder if he heard something or he just threw once and then never threw again. Or
Yeah,
something.
that could be. Because I don't really know how many throws
You usually
you
get 3.
Okay.
I thought, but
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
and Chandler Kramer. I wonder what he threw. Definitely not a dome. And Jeremy Collings, 578. There's
Yeah.
some guys in here that you're just like, man, I didn't know you threw that far.
Right.
And then
That's interesting because Cole O'Donnell took place in the in the distance competition.
yeah. Well, I mean, he didn't even win any money. That's too bad.
No.
Yeah. But yeah, Gannon Burr is in there too. Silas Schultz, by the way, one of the best personalities ever in disc golf. Have you ever watched his Instagram and all that stuff?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So good. I think he's hilarious.
I haven't seen him on Instagram that much recently. But yeah, he's a video editing wizard. Yeah, he has a lot of good stuff.
He's really good. I know he works like Eagles Wings, I think. He does a lot with them. If I remember rightly, he does a lot of their editing and social media, so he does a good job with that stuff. So, So there you go. And then the last one is a skill shot, which usually Nate Sexton's sitting up there. Let's see if he's dealing with anything here. I have no clue who. Oh, I see one person I know. Okay. So, first place, Madison Walker started an FPO. And I don't know what these numbers mean, so I'm just going to say that she won $45. And then Owen Scoggins came in second with $30. And then Candace Burge came in with 20.
Huh. Yeah, because like I'm looking, so they have round scores. And then it says par, and it's like plus 50, plus 56. But I have no idea. I'm curious if it's like everything's like one shot, and if you're over a shot,
Right.
like I don't know, that's kind of
Because
weird.
I know you have to hit certain markers and do
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah,
right.
so not exactly sure how they're working this here, but hey, there you go. But not many competed in this one either. Only had 8 or 9 FPO. And if I remember right, there's over 100 FPO worlds, isn't there? Or is it just right at about 100 for the worlds?
I think so.
So for FPO. So that's not a great turnout. But then again, there's over 200 for MPO, and there's only 25. So MPO, Dylan Horst. No clue who that is.
Name sounds familiar, but I'm not familiar with, like, I've heard the name, but I'm not familiar with who that individual is.
Never heard of him before.
All right.
Then Clay Edwards as well. No clue. Came in second. And then Chris Dickerson comes in third. Thomas Gilbert, there he is again, comes in fourth. And then Kevin Jones, KJ USA. And then Stokely's up there one more time. And then Marweed Coling. And then kind of that's where it goes off. So Gannon Burr, James Conrad was in this one as well. Didn't really place well. Ravin Newsom. And there you go. Connor O'Reilly. Haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah.
Jeez. I got a couple of his signature discs sitting in the shop still.
Right on.
So there you go. That's the recaps of all the fun stuff. The skill shot, long drive, putting, and the mixed doubles. All right. Any sting else?
Anything else? Oh, well, Casey and, we had a big course opening this weekend
Yeah, that's right. That's
down
right.
in Green Bay. The new Shorewood course opened up.
University of Wisconsin Green Bay course.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah. And I guess it was like tournament level backups.
Oh,
there
really?
Because everybody was so excited about, doing it. And
Yeah.
so, but from what I understand, it's a fantastic course. A lot of the guys around here, because it is probably one of the better courses in this area for sure. I haven't played it myself, but I would assume that there's going to be a bit mad dash for pushing tournaments in there.
Oh, yeah. I would guess so.
Yeah, and I've heard grumblings that there's already like 4 TDs trying to get in there. But UWDB, I would assume, doesn't have their ducks in a row to say, this is how it's going to happen. This is what you're going to pay us. This is, here's the rules and regulations for it.
If anything, I would give, since Kale designed it, I would give him first shot at running a tournament there.
Oh, I agree. I think that is the most logical choice.
Yeah.
From there. And then after that, like,
Whatever, whoever.
yeah, whoever. I mean,
Well, I know because in the Green Bay disc golf page, they are already trying to get leagues started there. And they're like, well.
from what I understand, somebody already moved their league unofficially there.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So I believe the Baird Creek one has been moved there already.
Okay.
Which is, it's a bit disappointing, but also I understand. But I'll go back to the disappointing part. All it takes is one person to screw it for everybody. Mm-hmm. And some of that could be exchanging money on that campus without permission for competition.
Oh, yeah.
That's like gambling is strictly prohibited on campuses.
I could see that.
So
Yeah.
it's little things like that you're not necessarily doing anything wrong, but you have to be aware of what the rules and regulations are for that course. Mm-hmm. And especially being on a campus. So it's just making sure that the ducks are in a row. Like, go through the proper channels and resources before you just do something without,
Yeah.
And I know the big adage is, ask for forgiveness, not for permission. Like, baloney. Just, like, ask for permission. And if they say no, oh well. You still got a course you're playing leagues at, know? So that would be my only word of caution. It's just, like, don't ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah.
Like, give a chance and do the right thing, and you'll probably be rewarded for it, So, but other than that, man, have fun. Like, go out there and play, because from what I understand, it's a phenomenal course. So I can't wait to get down there to actually have time to play it. So, just with setting up the shop and all that stuff, I'm just not going to have time to get over there. But I'll be down there enough over the next couple, months. So it'll be nice. So, yeah, so that's awesome. Anything else?
No, nothing.
No? So give quick shop updates. So everything's painted. Our main desk is moved. Internet is hooked up. We're going to be putting TV. The throw zone everything's painted, ready to go. We're going to put the mats in tomorrow or Wednesday. And then we already have the net ready to go. Mm-hmm. We bought custom mats to go against the back wall, kind of like what you see in gyms, like the gym walls.
Right.
Got those mats. There's going to be some Harveys on them, or a Harvey on each corner. So you won't damage the discs when you're throwing in there. And then we're doing another big order tomorrow. And then I think we should be hopefully up and running by the 31st.
Cool.
So that's still our goal. I think it's still very obtainable. Some of the biggest hurdles that we were concerned about have been closed.
Okay.
So they've been completed. So now it's just like finishing the details. Like, we got to lay some turf in the back where we're going to have the putting baskets outside of the throw zone. None of us know how to do it, but we'll figure it out. Sure. So it's smear some glue on the floor and stick some turf to it. I think we can figure that one out.
Yeah.
I know it's not that simple, but we'll do the best we can. And then, and then just kind of like those little details, like getting the decals, getting the order from one of our vendors for shirts, and doing just that stuff, making sure we're filling the space appropriately, and then getting our little loungy area set up. And then, so it'll be a lot of work and late nights for the next couple of weeks, but I think we'll still have it open. So we'll have the shop moved down there, and then we'll have a whole bunch of new fun stuff to participate in. So
cool.
We'll be opening at Green Bay. It's 550 North Military Trail, unit number 7. So North Military Ave, not Trail, Ave.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know of a military trail.
But no, Military Trail is where I grew up in West Palm Beach.
Oh.
Military Trail is like one of the big main drags.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so just so you know. But don't go there. If there's a 550 North Military Trail in West Palm Beach, don't go there.
Okay.
I highly doubt it's going to be a disc golf shop. So, all right. Outside of that, words of wisdom to leave us on.
Don't go try to pet dogs that you don't know.
True.
I got bit by a dog the other day.
What, really? Well, you're a mailman.
I am.
So
there's a dog that I hadn't seen before. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you try to pet him?
No, so there's a dog that I knew that going up to an address, he had a cone around his head and like felt bad for the guy. And the owner came out and I was talking to him about it. And there's another dog that came around like a garage. It was theirs, is a brand new. They're like, he's a rescue. I was like, oh, okay. And then I asked him about the other dog, and this dog came around behind me and just went, bit me right in the back of the calf. I got a nice little bruise. Yep. So they felt really bad about it. I was like, don't worry. It didn't draw blood.
Part of the job.
Didn't draw blood or anything. Like, it really shocked me. But yeah.
Did you say some choice words or?
No.
No. Just like, whoa.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. And she's like, oh, did it get you? I was like, yeah.
Big dog, little dog?
Decent size. It was like, I think it was like a pit bull mix.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
God, we have a pit bull mix too. We're so careful with stuff like that. Like, we just put them away.
Yeah.
Like when
she's like,
people
well, I
come
guess
over.
he's just gonna have to be in his cage when he's outside. You know,
Yeah.
he can't be roaming around free. So it's like, well,
Yeah. Yeah. You
I
learn.
mean, it's their territory. Like he's never seen me before coming up to his house. Like it's,
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I mean, and that's the sad part about dog bites is a lot of times dogs are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. They're protecting their homes, right? But if the owner's there, like there should be, like they're trained. You should be
Yeah.
trained, you know. But for me, it's just I know that pit bulls have this reputation, and if they get excited or people just immediately get scared, you know, and I don't think this is you, but it's just the stigma that pit bulls have. So what I do is when we have guests over, if the guests don't know the dog, we just put the dog in the, you know, and it is what it is. Once the guests get to know the dog, like it's no issues. We never have issues with him, but I just put him away because he's a fearful. He was a rescue dog as
Okay.
well, but he's just a fearful dog, you know, and he hasn't ever broken out of that. So, and we don't do a good enough job training that. So we don't take any chances when
Yeah.
it comes to that type of stuff. Yeah. So, speaking of dogs and petting dogs, don't allow infants to be towards the rear end of dogs either. So,
Oh boy.
I don't know what it was, but Ezra was just chilling.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the dog butts was near him, and sure enough, he's like reaches and right in the bumper, right in the chocolate starfish.
Oh my gosh.
So
right.
and it was really funny, the dog's reaction. It was so funny because all of a sudden I see the dog like kind of tuck its butt and run.
Yeah.
And I look and Ezra's like holding his hand up, like basically like trying to touch something, you know? And I was like, I need to wipe that thing off. Not the dog's butt, the
Yeah.
finger. So there you go. There you go. So
That's funny.
don't pet dogs you don't know, and definitely don't stick fingers in their butts.
Yep.
Keep it subpar. Peace.